was non-intentional use. He didn't do anything on purpose. This metabolite stays forever.
What a picogram is. It's taking a grain of salt and chopping it into 48 million.
Forever.
Hello, everyone. No need to adjust your screens. You do see the Picogram dudes together in the same room for the first time ever. Doing something a little different today. We're together, so we rigged up some makeshift studio. This is not a hostage video that you're seeing on your screen. So we're going to dive right in. It's the day after UFC 315. Belal Muhammad, Jack Della Maddalena. Great card. Bought it feeling like an idiot until we actually saw this thing unfold, and man, what a fucking card it turned out to be. We're going to just jump right into this sumbitch. Bring up the fights here.
Surprisingly, really good card. You never expect when you watch a Belal. See Belal on the card, you think, oh no. But it was actually a fucking great card.
Surprised you.
He surprised me, honestly. We'll get into it when we talked about his fight.
We'll get to Belal, but yeah, like you're saying,
It was a great card.
when you hear Belal Muhammad pay-per-view, generally you don't grab your wallet right off the bat. But we'll get to that. I think he may know that. But again, we'll get to that. We're jumping way ahead here. Way ahead on this fucking card.
I mean, it was just his name on the card. So
But you're right. Yeah, I like where your head's at. We'll start with first fight, Brackatona, Bezkat, Almakan. The Brackatona comeback train is officially probably over. He's lost one, won one, lost one, won one since his comeback to UFC. Not the greatest of showings, so we're probably looking at the last of Brackatona. Probably not over for him fighting. He's still young. He's still got some fight in him. But as far as him in the UFC, that is probably over. Do you remember Brackatona at all?
No, I didn't even get to watch his fight. So.
Trained with Conor McGregor. So he was actually. You remember when Conor coached against Michael Chandler and they had the big debacle on some guy had to get kicked off, and then they put another guy in that Conor wanted?
Yeah, Conor's teammate or whatever.
It was Brackatona. It was that guy. Closer to you. All right, so we'll move on to the next fight. Brackatona lost by KO. He lost in 1 minute, I think.
1 minute?
1 minute in.
Oh, that's fucking devastating.
1 minute in. So like I said, it's probably the end of the train of the UFC for Brackatona. Good on you, dude. You did work. You had some time, some real showings here and there. Like I said, you kind of up and down, but was on tough. Really only looked out for himself on tough, which is what you got to do nowadays. Was not a team member. I remember he's got like a real, somber tone with an Irish accent, and then me and my wife would laugh as we watched because he was doing everything for Brackatona. So he says his own name, Brackatona. Okay.
He's speaking in third person.
He did speak in a third person at one point.
That's fucking odd.
Not fucking normal. Anyway, move on to the next one. Brackatona fight over in 1 minute. First fight of the night, boom, knockout. So started off great for the Canada crowd. We got Daniel Santos, Jingyong Lee.
Don't know either one of those. Wait, is it Santos? No. Was there another Santos that fought tonight?
No.
Who was the one that got his head caved in?
Head caved in.
It was an elbow that happened in the clinch.
That was Silva.
Oh, Silva. Santos
so
Silva.
that's the next fight. But
Sorry.
Santos Lee, probably one of the more boring fights of the night, was just kind of Santos on Lee's back the entire time, holding him down, hugging him like he loves him, but just lackluster kind of fight on the card. So we'll move on to the next one, which was a crazy fucking knockout.
Yeah.
Marc-Andre Barriault, Bruno Silva. So that's the one you remembered.
Sorry about that.
Came in a little hot on that one, but we get your point that
I heard Silva, Santos. I didn't get to watch either one of these fights. I heard about this one, so that's the only reason why I didn't know. But
this one got around, I would imagine, because he came just running in full force, just swinging on his fucking guy,
Travis
and
Brown him?
pretty much without running in and jump kicking him in the face. But no, ran in, tagged him a couple hard times, got him against the cage, and just, I mean, the elbows. There's a video of a highlight going around where he elbowed him right in the head, and I mean, right as he hits him, you can see a pump knot just boom, right off the bat. I think Silva's been on a little bit of a skid as well, so I hate to call things like that, but I do like to point out when I say that might be the last time we see Silva in the octagon. So, Barry Holt, great job. He Canadian boy, so he did it for his homies. Next fight, Navajo Sterling, Ivan Elseron. Was a good fight. That was a really good fight. Navajo Sterling, I don't know if you know that guy. See his face here. Real interesting looking guy.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a scary looking dude. He is really good at kicks. Pretty much just the pressure he was using to, put Elseron on the cage and kind of do his thing. Let's see. I wrote down. Yeah, okay. So in the third round, there was a knockdown where he got Sterling knocked him down like face first. So he knocked him down and like landed on his stomach and face. And the fight wasn't over. And he went to hit him and missed. Like remember him went to follow up with a shot with him face down and still missed. Navajo Sterling. But yeah, Navajo, he's a crazy name, by the way, but Australian guy, City Kickboxing, Dan Hooker and Stylebender, one of those guys. So
A lot of Australians on this card, was it? Is it just them two?
I think so, yeah, just the two big ones there, with Jack and him. But that fight was a decision, more entertaining than the previous decision with Santos and Lee. Navajo, he looks good, man. He tagged him at the last round, or like the last minute and a half of the third round. The last round, he just swung. He had him hurt, and he tasted blood, and I mean, he swung for a minute and a fucking half straight. Just rock'em sock'em'd his ass. Didn't get the finish, but dude went for it. So, guy did good. We'll go back. Let's check our picks real quick. We have been just flying through this card, but there's so much to go on here that we're going to try to get it all in. First fight we picked right. I thought Katona would have been a little tougher. He is getting a little older, has had some damage, so he went out in the first round, picked a winner right, but did not pick the method right. Next one, I got backwards. So they were actually backwards. Santos won by decision, and first one was first round knockout. So, and then Bruno Silva picked that one completely wrong. Like I said, he's been on kind of a skid. I kind of felt like he was fighting for his job, so I kind of thought he was gonna do business there, but he kind of just got dealt with. In a hard way of putting it. Next up, picked Navajo right. Had him kind of seen him finishing it in the second. He had so many opportunities to finish that fight that he didn't grasp on, but he's still young. He's a really great striker. His hands need to get a little better. He's really a kicker, and but I feel like with his hands, like I said, he had dude flat on his stomach and missed him. But he's a striker. But that's crazy to say that, like, guy's a striker, and that's still how that went down. All right. Next up, Modestas Pikauskas, and who the fuck did he fight again?
I'll just say right off the bat, I'm glad I don't have to try to pronounce names this this cast.
Well, I got you on these.
I got lucky.
These are some
Fucked up names, too.
Some fucked up names. Modestas Pikauskas.
I was trying to learn them while Bruce Buffer was announcing them, and dude, I gave up. I mean,
Lucas never been big on names.
I'm not good with people's names in general.
Not good with names. Sometimes with words he struggles.
I struggle with words.
But it's all good. I think this is good for all of us, and we're helping and learning. And I'll be there to help him along if he pronounces something funny. But again, it's kind of funny, so fuck it.
Yeah. You seem to enjoy it. So
I like it.
hopefully you guys enjoy me fucking up names.
You called Jillian Robertson
I called her Gillian.
Gillian Robinson.
Yeah.
You called a guy Tomley one time for
Tom.
Tomley or Timley. I don't know. We'll have to make a compilation of you mispronouncing names because it's funny. But it's hard, bro. These fucking names are from all over the planet.
Fucking Gillian.
Gillian. There's a
Tomley. You gave 2 examples of easy names I fucked up.
It happens. And you're gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it again.
You're definitely gonna do it again. But that's all good. People like Rampage and Brendan Schaub have made a living out of.
Yeah, but they got brain. I mean,
They
they got brain damage. But I probably got some brain damage.
You've been knocked unconscious. Don't sell yourself short like that.
I've been asleep a couple
You've
times.
been knocked unconscious.
Involuntarily. So.
So yeah. Badauskas. Ion Kutalaba. Pretty firework packed fight. I mean, let's see here. So, what I remember, Kutalaba kind of opened up, running the show. Bakauskas looked a little timid, didn't really open up throughout the first of the fight. So, I clearly remember having Kutalaba winning this fight, okay? Bakauskas had big moments in the second and a couple moments in the third. This fight, we're probably going to talk more about it than... So I don't know if you noticed about this fight. This is where I wish you could pull up scorecards. Let's see if we can do it real quick. So, ironically, Sal D'Amato had the best scorecard on this fight.
The fuck?
The fuck is right. So let's see if we can pull up verdict real quick. So one judge gave it all to... one judge gave it all to Kutalaba. One judge gave it all to Bakauskas. And one judge, Sal D'Amato, which, as time would show you, he is not the greatest fucking judge there is.
Yeah, we've shit on him a lot.
Have shit on him a lot.
Deserved though.
He's had some whack calls. He's getting better. It's like he's kind of heard the hate, which I don't know what it's like to be there. I've never judged a fight, so I'm not gonna judge that guy too bad. But oh, it's not telling me the fucking, giving me the fucking scorecards.
Just search it. Yeah. I found a good website for it. Oh, good card though.
It's a fucking fantastic card. Let's see here. We'll bring it up.
Yep,
here we go.
That's the website.
This one you're using. Great website. We'll give a shout out to MMADecisions.com is where we're getting this information, which is readily available anywhere, I'd imagine. Anyway, so Procopo gave all 3 rounds to Bakauskas. Belal gave all 3 rounds to Kutalaba. You don't see that often.
No.
So that pretty much nullifies those 2 scorecards. Don't even matter at this point. So now you got Sal D'Amato, Captain Sal, picking the fight for the winner. And it ended up being Bakauskas. Like I said, I kind of had Kutalaba winning. From what I remember, he kind of outstruck him. Let me see if I have anything. Yeah, pretty much just wrote down that the fucking judges gave it to one gave it to the other. It was fucking crazy. But yeah, I thought Kutalaba won. Bakauskas ended up getting the pick. DC was calling that the Montreal screw job. That was that card. That was that fight.
Fucking DC.
Fucking DC. So yeah, just a weird event. You don't see that all the time. But we'll leave that where it was. Sal D'Amato picked the winner, picked wrong in my opinion, but had one of the more correct scorecards. If I had to score it, I would say that Bakauskas won the second round and Kutalaba won the first and third, if you had asked me. But any fucking way. Let's move on. That was a decent fight. Both dudes, big dudes, swinging hard. Impressive fight. I picked Bukowskis, I think, by knockout. Didn't happen. Not even by submission, which is a crazy fucking call, but it could have happened. Kutalaba likes to wrestle a lot. Bukowskis could have got desperate, is what I was imagining there. But didn't happen. Moving on. Jasmine Jasdavicius and Jessica Andrade.
This is the fight that I started the card on.
Good fight to start. I like Jasmine Jasdavicius.
Me too. It was a very entertaining fight.
Coming up, man, looking good, doing all the right things.
To do what she done to Jessica Andrade, she has to be good.
Yeah, Andrade is a very decorated grappler. Has many submissions of her own, so I mean, it's not like she was outclassed. She was outclassed in there, but it's not like she didn't know what the fuck she was doing or hadn't prepared for that. Just Jasmine, just look good, man. She can grapple her ass off. She's a submission fucking specialist if there is one. And I also want to point out the fact that, Andrade is getting up there in MMA years. So I don't know another one of like how much longer she wants to do it. And they probably will let her do it for as long as she wants to because ex-champion.
Women's division is lacking on.
Women division, no star power, no real talent. So they probably will let her do it as long as she still wants to do it. Kind of like the Jose Aldo situation that we'll get into here in a second. Let's look at her record. Let's look at Andrade's. She's on a 2-fight skid. Just lost to Jasmine last night. And then right before that, she lost to Natalia Silva, which is who fought Lexa Grasso last night. So we'll get into that too. So no slouch there. Good God. She's got 2 losses in a row, and then she had a 2-fight win streak before that, but then she was on a 3-fight lose streak before that. And I mean, she's losing to Tatiana Suarez, Zhang Zhaonan, and Erin Blanchfield, which top of the fucking heap. So you can't really, it ain't like she's losing her step, but she may be. I don't know. I say that, and as I say that, I felt weird saying it. So, Andrade has never been the biggest flyweight. I mean, she's 5'1" for fuck's sake. She probably belongs in straw weight. I don't know, man. It seems like when these girls are that much bigger, because Jasmine looked fucking huge in there against her.
She did.
I mean, she made this lady look tiny. When it's the bigger girls, she struggles, man. I don't know if she just don't want to cut the weight down to straw weight anymore, or what the plan is to go from here if she's trying to go for the second belt, because she was a strawweight champion. She wasn't a flyweight champion, so it's kind of like, what do you want to do? Because I see that belt getting further and further away every time she fights. But all that madness, or all the kind of shit we're talking about on Andrade, can't take away from Jasmine. Look good. Jasdavicius coming up. Perfect fucking just, I think she almost rear naked choked her and just, no, she subbed her, didn't she?
Did sober, yeah.
Rear naked choked
She
her.
tapped.
Yep.
Oh, God, hit me in the yawn right there.
It's been a long day.
Yeah. I didn't really sleep last night because of the fights.
Because of the fights. Yeah, we're on the eastern side, so this shit's over at like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 in the morning, of course. Yeah, just, Jasmine looked a lot bigger, hit a perfectly timed fucking takedown, hit her in the back, had her face down, hit her to open up the rear naked choke, and then that was all that one wrote. Like I said, Andrade may be done. Who knows? Definitely done running for that belt, sadly. Move on to the next one. We have the final fight on the prelims. Another good fight. Mike Malott, Charles Radke. Charles Radke, very vocal leading into this fight about his dislike for Canada, his honor. I mean, only thing that you could say. He got into it big with the crowd. His reasoning, the booing at the hockey game that Canada gave not too long ago, he took that fucking very personally. So he had a bone to pick with y'all. Really wanted to get Mike Malott out of there.
Did not.
Did not. Quite opposite happened, honestly. Mike Malott's good, dude.
Well,
Go ahead.
I seen a video of him getting fucking ragdolled by Nero Magny.
Mike Malott.
Yeah.
Yeah, happens. Mike is a weird kind of fighter because he kind of now he doesn't look anything like the physical specimen that is Yoel Romero, but he kind of does fight the same way as he will kind of lull you to sleep, kind of bounce around, picks his shots, does not waste a lot of energy. You could tell when they were standing in front of each other, Radke was just way more footwork, head work, just a lot more burning calories than Mike Malott would give up. So he kind of does picks his shots and he works for him, and he does get into trouble sometimes, but it's because he's like again, he's fast twitch muscle fiber, but he doesn't move a lot. So he's kind of, I don't know how to explain it. It works for him. It gets him into trouble sometimes, but that's it worked last night on Charles Radke. Knocked him down, put him right on the ground, and then 2 follow-up nasty shots, man. Just bounced his head off the canvas. Bam, bam, 1-2. Yeah, let's see. Yep. Notes indicated everything I just said. Charles Radke moved around a lot. Mike just picked his shots, and it worked out. Did it perfect. Also, biggest cheer of the night. I don't know if you knew that, but Mike Malott was probably the most famous person in that fucking arena last night.
Not George St. Pierre's coach, his brother.
No. People liked him, but
That's what I thought because he was from Canada. And
he's definitely from Canada. People
GSP
know who he
was
is,
in
but
his fucking corner.
but also he fucking about got knocked the fuck out. He didn't knock Jose Aldo out like Mike Malott got him fucking first round.
We'll talk about that when we're there.
We'll get there,
I
but
have shit to say about that fight.
that was the biggest pop of the night, was for the knockout from Mike Malott. 100 P. And that was the last fight on the motherfucking prelims. We're going to move on to the main card, which, again, I will say, when I bought this, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Charging $80 for this was my first initial thought. But, you know, sometimes it's the sleeper cards that really fucking sneak up on you and entertain you. This was a decent card, was a good card. It wasn't by no means card of the year. There wasn't too much implications happened other than the welterweight champion the championship switched hands. So that's the most exciting thing that came from this card. There's no real rankings jumping. Natalia Silva, Alexa Grasso had some consequences. We'll get to that. But this next fight had no fucking consequences at all. Benoit Saint Denis, Kyle Propylepic. Benoit Saint Denis pretty much went in there and got a paycheck. They pulled some Canadian kid from the scene.
Crazy to give him Saint Denis. Which, I mean, his last couple of fights been losses.
Yeah.
So I guess they might have thought, give this kid a shot. But Saint Denis ain't fucking someone to fuck with. He is good.
Saint Denis going into this, man, I was seeing pictures of him. He looked fucked up before he even got out there. I mean, his head was all scraped up. Looked like he had staph infection on his head. He had black eyes and shit.
The rumors he had staph.
So I was a little worried that fight was even going to go through. So, yeah, basically just giving Benoit Saint Denis a paycheck. So, let me see what I got here. Pretty much that the first round, Saint Denis held him down for 4 fucking minutes. Finished round 1 standing on him back. Looked like Saint Denis would rather grapple. These are all my notes I'm reading, by the way. I just couldn't remember them enough to. I don't read this shit before I go into it, which I should, but I kind of just fucking ramble the whole time.
Then what I do is sit here and listen to what you say, and hopefully it jogs my memory of what I fucking watched last night.
It's hard to remember all this shit sometimes, but so I've been taking notes just to jog our memory. We could have fucking probably prepared a little better for this, but that's just what you get around here at the Picogram podcast. We're getting better.
Yeah.
It's fun. We're having fun doing this.
Indoor together one on the spur of the moment almost. So.
It was. It kind of came together. Perfect circumstances. Yeah, just kind of did what the fuck was supposed to happen with Benoit Saint Denis fight. If he would have lost that fight, it would have really fucking not looked good for Saint Denis and not looked good for his.
Say this probably got him another killer fight. He's probably gonna fight someone good.
I hope they reschedule the Joel Alvarez fight. That would have been a fun fight. I like Joel Alvarez a lot. I don't know if this Saint Denis we got tonight would have beat Joel Alvarez, to be honest.
Joel Alvarez just fight?
No. He fought probably last year. Can't remember who he fought. Let's look it up.
I don't know. His name sounds familiar, so I probably know who he is. I probably know. Probably should know, having an MMA podcast.
You will know him.
I'll remember this name.
You will remember this guy. Mostly because he's 6'3", lightweight. He's the one that's got 22 wins, 3 losses, but the 22 wins are finishes.
Looks familiar.
Yeah.
Looks familiar.
His last fight was Drakkar Klose. I don't know if you remember him. All these guys, you know, he's got a win over Thiago Moises, and he lost to Sarukian, which, you know, I had one of this. Probably, you know, just got TKO'd too in the fucking second. So, but then he won against Mark Casey. Then he won against Elvis Brenner. Then he won again against Drakkar Klose. So he's got wins, and like I said, he's finishing all these fights, man. No decisions for that guy. But would have liked that fight. Would have been a good fight for old Benoit Saint Denis. The other day on Schaub's podcast, he called him Dennis Benoit.
Dennis Benoit.
So you could be worse. Could be worse. All right, we'll move on to the next one. Yeah, that fight was what it was. Fill-in fight for last minute. Joel Alvarez broke his hand, so kind of just gave you a fight so you had a fight to watch, you know. So got the man paid. I picked Saint Denis by first round knockout. I got him in second. I don't know. Is what that is. Didn't do too great on the main card. We did awesome on the prelim picks. I think I got like fucking 7-1.
You would have done better if you didn't switch them.
And I did. The fucking Belal one got me because I picked Jack all week and then switched to Belal at the fucking last minute.
Same thing with the Aldo fight.
Same thing with Aldo fight, which I switched him earlier in the week. When I first heard of that, I picked Ayman Zahabi right off the bat. And then as it goes, it's like, man, you know, Aldo ain't looking bad in these fights, but it's how bad does he want to just keep getting shit beat out of him? We'll get to him next. Natalia Silva, Alexa Grasso. What can we say? Turning of the guard. Alexa Grasso has been on a bit of a slide.
I mean, she's fought the same person.
She fought the same person 3 times in a fucking row, which will do that to you. But let's look at Alexa Grasso's. Let's look at her record. Let's just dig into where she's at in her career. Because she's had big moments in her career, right? Won the world title, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah. Against someone that we thought was unbeatable.
ended the reign of this big bad Valentina Shevchenko. But before she got to Shevchenko, she lost Tatiana Suarez, Carla Esparza. Then she went on to beat like Macy Barber, Joanne Wood, and Vivian Araujo. So, and that's decision. Choked out Joanne Wood, which she can't grapple anyway. She's a Muay Thai fighter, so they choked out Valentina Shevchenko. So leading up to that, there was no real big Alexa Grasso moments up until she finished the champion, and that kind of put her on the map as, you know, one of the top flyweights, legendary flyweights. Mexico's second champion, blah blah blah. But I think we've kind of maybe hit the ceiling on Alexa Grasso hype, because, you know, she's got good boxing hands, average wrestling, you know, like a 7 out of 10 on submission skills, but she's kind of smaller, she's getting a little older, and the game's kind of passing her by. If I'm not talking out of line here, but
I mean, she might have another chance, but it'd be rare. Weirder things happen in MMA.
the last time she saw some success was in March of 2023. Other than that, she's lost about every round she's fought from there. So you went from world champion to in trouble. But again, she's fighting Valentina Shevchenko all those times in between, you know, setting the world on fire and stopping at Natalia Silva. So I don't know. Hope she doesn't retire. It's not time for her to retire, but she, you know, she's a killer. There was points in that fight where they look like fucking Max Holloway and Justin Gaethje up against a fight, just fucking
Standing there, throwing.
swinging like you wouldn't believe. Total disregard for any kind of safety. Fucking chin out, just rock 'em, sock 'em, and that was awesome. But Natalia Silva, I picked her to win. I picked this one right by decision. But, I mean, like, she's not really setting the world on fire either. I mean, she's got Jessica Andrade is the biggest name she's got. Now Alexa Grasso's the biggest name she's got. But before that was Andrade and Vivian Araujo. Andrea Lee. Unanimous decision. I see 5 UDs in a row right there. So maybe it was destined that Alexa Grasso wasn't going to look good in that fight no matter what was happening or what version of her showed up, because that's how Natalia wins. She bounces around the side. She's good at kicking. She, you know,
Outpoints you to win.
she points you to win.
What your notes say?
Let's see. Pretty much she won the rounds with kicks. Leg kicks to the legs. She kicked her right in the fucking face. Wobbled her good. Bounced around the outside, circling around. That's how she got success. She pulled Grasso in when she needed her to. Pushed her out when she didn't want her around. She pretty much controlled the distance in that fight all 3 rounds to, you know, pretty much the inevitable outcome of the unanimous decision, which was not the craziest pick of the night. Was the biggest XP bump I got. Was picking her by decision, which is fucking crazy. But kind of changing of the guard there. I see Silva getting somebody good soon. I don't know if she gets Valentina next. They'll probably put her with, I I don't know. I don't know if you would put her with somebody who's higher that's coming off a loss like a Suarez or a Ferro that fought for the belt the same night. I would probably give her somebody on to come up with her on a win streak. Kind of maybe see what Miranda Maverick does with Rose Namajunas if Miranda wins. Her for like a title eliminator would be a good fight. That'd be like a straight wrestler versus bounce around striker. So, you know, shit. That was one of the only consequential things that happened last night. Was that fight and the title moving hands was the only thing. I guess you could say Valentina keeping the belt in the same division kind of was consequential, but
Yeah, who expected any different?
I mean, yeah, didn't change shit. Next up, Jose Aldo versus Ayman Zahabi.
Good fight.
Was a good fight.
Aldo has retired.
For the second time, Aldo has retired. I think he's done for real this time. I kind of seen it towards the end of the fight in the last round. Dude, the last round he was so fucking gassed he couldn't even move.
But he knocked him down twice and then got gassed.
He did, and he soccer kicked him in the head. But, I mean,
which was illegal. Or legal, because John Anik said that was a legal kick.
Yeah, he only had one hand down, I think. But straight up, like, he was bent over and just took a fucking kick right to the face.
John Anik said it was legal.
Kicked him back, flipped back, landed on his back, didn't get finished. So, you know, congrats on getting kicked in the face and not losing. But, yeah, it was somewhere during the elbows cracking down on Jose Aldo's egghead and that blood trickling down that you could kind of see to his face that he just didn't want it anymore. He didn't want to.
He was tired of cutting weight.
And why would you, man? You've been there. You've done that. You have nothing to prove. I don't know what you want to prove. If you wanted the bantamweight belt, maybe, but he couldn't even make weight that time. They had to move up the fight to 45, which was Aldo's, bread and butter fucking weight class where he made a name for himself, and he's one of the Mount Rushmores of that weight class. So. But yeah, when you're losing to somebody who's as inactive as Ayman Zahabi, it's probably time to hang it up, man. And he won the first 3 rounds, I think, easily. Third round, I guess, is up for discussion. Let's see what I remember here. Had to move up weight class because he lost weight. Yeah. Aldo looked fast in the first. I mean, just mixes it up good. He's got the very back foot heavy Muay Thai style. Was pretty much keeping his leg up like a Muay Thai fighter for the leg kicks. Just moved fast, was so much faster. I mean, I can't emphasize that enough. Both went to clinch. They kind of fought in clinch a little bit. Both had success in the clinch. Wouldn't really say one was better than the other. It really just depended on who got who. And just Zahabi turned it around towards the end of the fight. Really capitalized on a tired Jose Aldo. And that's pretty much what happened on that one. Can you say it? It's the end of the road for Aldo. And you did good, man. We'll always remember you. For the good and the bad, you're one of the most one of the most notorious knockouts of the fucking fight game. So,
Will be one of the good. He's definitely gonna have a Hall of Fame spot.
Definitely gonna have a Hall of Fame spot if he's not already in the Hall of Fame. Zahabi, who the fuck knows? He might go fight somebody fucking ranked. Who knows? Who cares?
He only fights in Canada.
He coaches a lot. He coaches with his brother. So he may be focused on that. He may come back. I may see him. All right performance. I mean, wasn't exactly the most impressive outing of the night. But said if Jose Aldo's not already in the Hall of Fame, he will be inducted into the Hall of Fame, which brings me to my next point. Right before that fight, they introduced Vitor Belfort into the Hall of Fame.
I was going to bring it up.
Pretty cool. I guess
Vader Burford.
Peter Belfort, as Matt Sarah would say. Yeah, former champion. I will always remember him for Will kicking Michael Bisping's eye out, which is the reason why Michael
I
Bisping
always
has
remember him for TRT.
just TRT Vitor. Well, he was on TRT when he kicked out his eye. So that's the same guy we're talking. Yeah, really changed the course of Michael Bisping's trajectory and career. Did the same thing to Luke Rockhold when Luke Rockhold was starting in Strike Force, kicked his fucking face off. So he'll be remembered for that. And you know, will always be known as a cheater from Michael Bisping. Yeah, but
Was a good fighter. Definitely deserves a Hall of Fame spot.
both of them do. Aldo and B4. Vitor B4. Yeah.
Vader Burford.
A lot of blood on Aldo in his fight, so don't remember that his head was fucking cracked open. All right, co-main main event of the night: Valentina Shevchenko, Marion Ferrell for the strawweight strap. Yeah, I don't know we've seen this so many times from Valentina. Just kind of goes in there and
What much do we have to say other than this has been the same as the last 5 fucking fights?
yeah, I mean, and Ferrell is a kickboxer, so she tried to mainly keep it on the feet, which she grappled. I won't say she was, was one-dimensional in there. Definitely grabbed her a couple times and pushed her against the cage. They both did. Both had success. Pretty much, I remember, early into the first, Valentina just sticking her perfect with it because Ferrell was not respecting Valentina when they first got in there. She was, fuck her. Now she got to deal with me. And Valentina got that respect pretty quick with the fucking snap back of the head.
Put some respect on it.
Put some respect on the name. Busted her nose almost immediately. I mean, bled bad. And it was all from this step-in right hook that Valentina kept landing. It stopped working in the second and third round because Ferrell kind of picked up on it. But by the fourth and fifth, she was so tired, she just kind of subdued to it, dropped her again with it in the fourth. But in this, landed that right hook a couple times in the first, got her respect, came back out in the second. Ferrell started to bring it back, looked good, lasted, 2 minutes of ground control, grabbed her, put Shevchenko against the fence, went for a takedown, got the takedown, so she grappled, probably surprised Shevchenko with that. I think they got back to their feet. Ferrell probably won the second round. In the third, more kickboxing. Shevchenko really just pieced her apart with leg kicks, engaged in grappling. Ferrell looked so strong. I don't know if you remember, Ferrell was a big lady in there.
Yeah.
So kind of pushing Shevchenko to her physical limits on trying to keep her in line. But looked like Ferrell was getting a little desperate in there, to be honest, towards the end of the fight. Valentina pressed her for a shot for the takedown, got it reversed, and then put on the cage. Ended up fucking back down on the ground. But ended up in the fourth is where she caught her with that fucking right hook again. That's where she dropped her. The same one she busted her nose with in the beginning. So came back with that. And then in the fifth, Ferrell pretty much got the clinch against the cage. But she looked strong even in the fifth round. So, I mean, Ferrell's a very physical lady, very strong looking. So, I mean, she could come back and get the belt eventually. She's getting a little older, so, she's got to make it happen quick. But very physical specimen in there. Looked great. But just wasn't enough for Valentina's fucking... Her skill is just unmatched for these ladies. I mean, I don't know. It's she's the first one to get all the rubies in her belt too. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah.
So, which we knew that was going to happen. When they started doing that, I kind of called that she was going to be the first one to do that. But that's not the craziest call. But yeah, nothing big or consequential happening there. But move on to the main event. We'll get to fucking the men of the hour. Belal Muhammad, Jack Della Maddalena. I'm going to start this with a great fucking fight. We could leave it there. Was a back and forth. Most people expected Belal Muhammad to pressure him with wrestling, which he did sometimes. But we all thought, Belal had the meme of Coach saying he had Canelo hands.
I was about to say it.
So he said he was going to go in there and show everybody his Canelo hands. We thought, good one, Belal. He actually went in there and he stood with the motherfucker. He stood with Jack. Now,
even though he had DC screaming at him the whole time, telling him to take him down. Don't do it. Take him down. Don't do it. Change your game plan. Take him down.
I know you're not the biggest fan of DC, but that might not have been a bad strategy.
Well, I mean,
Jack's
it
head
wouldn't have
movement.
been a bad one if he was his fucking coach.
Yeah. Either way,
Not telling us who knows that this is what he should be doing.
who would even know? Because Jack looked so fucking good that night. He went for takedowns.
Yeah.
He went for clinches. He went for every fucking thing that a professional fighter would do to try to win a fight when shit ain't working. But Jack is just too quick. His head movement looked fucking awesome. Speaking of Canelo, I mean, he looked like fucking Canelo Alvarez out there with that fucking head movement, dude.
He had the goddamn Canelo hands that night.
He had Canelo hands that night. Jack's always been good. 18-fight win streak. So, I mean, you can't say he's not. Holding the belt, so you can't say he's not. Just looked fucking great, man. Really hurt Belal. Belal's fucking lip was just split open from all the punishment he was taking to the face. But Belal, for all the shit we give Belal, and, on this program, we've been known to make fun of fucking Belal Muhammad.
I mean,
It's easy to
I'll
do.
come out to say right after, I did not like him until this fight. And in this fight, it changed me a little bit. I enjoyed it. I was happy that he said, this is what I'm going to do, and went out and done it. There's not a lot of people in this sport that truly back up what they're going to say.
And you not always can. But the last episode of this show, I said that Jack was going to bring it to this motherfucker. And Jack brought it. So I knew that this fight almost couldn't be boring with Jack. He's just not a timid guy. You never know. You can't really call the fucking future. So he could have just went in there and got the fucking jitters. But I didn't think he would. I thought he was going to actually try to take it to Belal. Try to just hurt this motherfucker for 5 rounds or get hurt. He don't care. Look at his fucking nose. He does not care to take a punch. He does not care to be in a dogfight. He knows what to do in a dogfight. Like I said, his head movement is just fucking insane. So he don't really shy away from a battle. And that's what he brought to Belal. That's the first real battle I've seen Belal Muhammad in. Just a great fight, man. Both had hands, both swinging hard, both were connecting, and it was sounding like they were doing damage. Both their faces were just beat the fuck up, man. Great fight from both gentlemen. Always try to do an analysis on where I think people are going to go and just be judgmental for no reason, hurt people's feelings. But will Belal ever get the title again? I don't know. Will they ever give him a title shot again? I don't know. If I had to guess, the numbers aren't out yet, but if I had to guess, this was not a great selling pay-per-view. Should have been. I bought it. I enjoyed it. We watched it. We, didn't feel like I got ripped off. But as far as like numbers wise, I don't know. I tell you what, Jack might start selling some pay-per-views.
Definitely.
So,
Especially in Australia.
again, all over, decent card, great card, can't complain. I picked Belal Muhammad by decision because Belal by decision is one of the most safest bets in UFC. Not last night, apparently, but I wasn't crazy for picking that. Didn't happen. Jack won by decision. Insane. I had Jack by third round knockout originally, and then just over the week thinking more and more on it. Kind of thought Belal maybe had one or two more defenses in him just because of the way he fights. Very conserved, very safe. So I thought maybe he would hold on to it for a couple more times. But that welterweight belt moves fast, dude. I mean, I don't...
Competitive weight class, just like lightweight.
It is. And I don't know if you've noticed, but when it changes hands, it like fucking drastically changes hands. I mean, like, from Tyron to Kamaru, complete ass whooping. Leon to Kamaru, ass whooping. Belal to Leon, ass whooping. So, I mean...
Yep. And then
This fight was an ass whooping. I don't know. I mean, he probably won... Let's see the scorecards before we... Let's see if Belal won any rounds. I would imagine he won some. But, we'll see.
You'll see what it says. I don't know. Beautiful boxing. Both of them had great boxing. Great
Both
counters.
had great hands. Both had Canelo hands, as one might say. Let's see here. Sal D'Amato back in the fucking...
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's see here. Oh, shit. This is not the right fight. Not the right fight. Let's go down here to the main event. Okay, yeah, here we go. Mike Bell. I should have known when I seen only 3 rounds. I was like, holy fuck, that ain't enough round. Okay, anyway. Everyone gave Belal the 4th round, and 2 judges gave Belal the 1st round. But other than that, it's all Jack. And I wouldn't even... I gave the 1st round to Jack, I'm pretty sure. And I picked Belal to win by decision. So, I mean, it was picking against myself. But I thought Jack won the 1st. I would have to agree with Eric Colin's card where it only gave Belal the 4th, which is... Give him the 4th, why the fuck not? But, not that it fucking changes anything. So, yeah, Belal did not good. Like I said, ass whooping to change guard. That welterweight belt, when it moves hard. I think that opens up for Islam Makhachev to move up and fight Jack for the welterweight belt.
Ooh,
Another
so
champ.
Exciting. Such another great fucking fight.
So, I'll give Islam this. He's held on to his belt, and he's defended his belt enough times. He defended it against Volk when he didn't have to. He didn't really gain a lot from that Volk win. Beat him twice. Nobody really ever says good job Islam on that. It's always, you beat a featherweight, or, you stepped in last minute and still almost lost, because Volk almost had him in the first one, so, like, they'll fault him on that. And, that's why he didn't want to fight Topuria, because he's like, why would I fight another guy coming up, another small guy, when he could go get the glory at fighting at welterweight? So
Yeah, but for him to get the glory, he has to have an entertaining fight.
Makhachev's more entertaining than you would think. He's not fucking Belal Muhammad. He finishes. He's Khabib with more finishes, honestly. So, and better striking. They're completely different people, obviously. They got 2 different fight styles, 2 different game plans, but essentially, I mean, Makhachev does work. He's a big dude. He could do 170 if he wanted. But that also opens up for 55 now. Where does that 55 belt go? Do we got Topuria in there? Who we got fighting for that 55er?
I don't know. I hope Topuria doesn't get it right off the bat. I don't know. I'm tired of that. Like I said, we've talked about with the Topuria. It's like I think they should go. They're coming up from with the belt. They should at least fight the number 1 contender before they fight for the belt.
Yeah, you need to make the weight, make a win, make a statement, prove that you belong in the weight class. Unless you're just a super dominating champion like Makhachev. I'd say Makhachev can have it.
I mean, mean, yeah, but they're just doing that for like the champ coming up fighting a champ. When I think if you give up your belt like the Poirier did, and then you fight number one and you win, and then you fight the champ, you're still a champ fighting another champ because you never lost your championship status. You gave it up to chase more gold. You know what I mean? Like it's just like semantics and wording at that point where it's like you're still a champ. I like that better than just going up and fighting for the champ and double champ. And
But
you
another
run around with
thing-
two belts and
Here's one part of that, though, that you got to take in consideration is in order for that to work and to be feasible for a fighter, you're going to have to get championship pay while not fighting for the belt. That's a lot of the reason why they don't like giving up their belts. That's a lot of reason why interim belts exist, because you get paid as a champion and you make people do stuff for that championship
If
pay.
you give up your belt and go and fight number one contender, you should still technically be champion, and they should give you championship pay. I know that's not probably how it works because money-hungry people don't care. They would rather get the money in their pocket than pay the fighters to entertain everybody. So I understand that, but I just wish it was done better.
So he's 1, 2, 3, 4. Last 5 fights for Makhachev have been. The only argument I would have against Makhachev being able to do it is that there's so many killers in 155. But like you said, if he just gives up that belt and moves on, let him fight it out, and the winner can determine themselves.
Yeah.
But either way, you're probably getting Islam moving up, and you're probably getting a new 55 champion soon, and possibly a new welterweight champion soon, as fast as that welterweight belt moves.
I see it going his way. See if he comes up and fights and gets the title shot immediately. He'll win it. Be double champ.
Double champ. Be something Khabib never got. Let's go over the main card real quick before we wrap this sumbitch up. Next week.
Blanchfield versus
Fucking hey, dude.
Who the fuck is either one of it? Is that a female main event?
Yeah. Both okay.
Jesus.
I mean, I get why they're at the top, but hell, you got Gamrot on that card.
Gamrot's on that card, and they made him.
He's not even co-main. I know Oban Elliott. I know him. I don't know Ramiz, the guy he's fighting, which at co-main.
11-5 against a 12-2.
On top of fucking Gamrot, which is 24-3. Gamrot must have fucked up or something, because he was close to a title picture.
Yeah, he must have pissed somebody.
He pissed somebody the fuck off. He must have pulled out or something, and they depended on him. Or his last fight. Let's look real quick. I think he had a real boring last fight, to be honest. He lost to Dan Hooker, and then and then right after he lost to Dan Hooker, he won against RDA, but it was a decision. I think I remember that. He just wrestled RDA the entire time, so that's probably why they were like, "Fuck you, dude."
Oh, he wrestled a jiu-jitsu guy the entire time? How's that not entertaining or impressive?
No, RDA's stand up. But he remember what Khabib did to him?
No.
It was not good. Yeah, dude, this card is ass. Dustin Jacoby and Bruno Lopez. Fun fight. Dustin Jacoby, UFC vet, kickboxing renowned guy, up there, fighting Bruno Lopez. Let's see what kind of tear Bruno Lopez is on. He got one loss.
Decision.
Brent-
punches to the body, arm triangle choke.
Vincent Rebiero's only lost his head. He lost to him on the Contender Series. So, Contender Series guy. Don't see him winning this fight. But whatever. We'll pick those when we get to it. I guess we've done enough for this episode. Me rambling about fucking the pay-per-view the entire time. You over there yawning from having to stay up and watch it. But this was fun. Hope we get to do more of these in person.
Definitely try.
Definitely try.
Hopefully get a better one.
Yeah, hopefully get a better setup. We threw this setup together in one day, so don't dog it too bad. It does look like shit. You are not wrong. It looks like shit.
Looks like
it looks
garbage,
It looks like
Wish
a
we could
terrorist
do,
video.
The little bit we had to set it up, a little bit of time. So
But we did it again, y'all. Appreciate you listening. If you've made it this far, follow us on everything Picogram Podcast. If you want to follow my picks on Verdict, I'm getting real fucking close to that fucking stripe, baby. I'm Abracabonkers on Verdict MMA, Picogram Podcast on everything else. I'm Nick. That's Luke. We do appreciate you listening. You all are the best, and we will come at y'all next week. Just talk about fucking Blanchfield and Barber. Woohoo!
Hell
Can't wait.
yeah.
Yeah, baby. All right, y'all take care. We'll see you next week.